What's good, planty peeps? My name is Lily and welcome to Peace Lily Plants. Today I wanted to do a fun video and show you all the plants in my collection that are silver-ish. So basically it's a rerun of my Synthapsis collection video with a few extras added on. So if that sounds fun to you, then stick around, and if you don't mind, go ahead and like this video. I know you haven't watched it, but you're probably gonna like it. And subscribe to my channel. And by the way, it is hot today. I am wearing shorts and a tank top, but I love warm weather. So bring it on, baby. I promise we're right about to dive into it, but I just have to say, have y'all seen the memes that are like, if you keep your house above 68 degrees or 72 degrees or whatever, don't invite me over to your terrarium, you lizard. Well, apparently I'm a lizard, but you know, it seems fitting that I would want to live in a terrarium since I'm a plant person. It's like 77 degrees in here right now, but I like to be warm. So anyway, let's get to the plants. And just for the sake of, I don't know, ease, continuity, whatever, let's do all the Scindapsus first, and then we'll do all the other plants I have that are silver. First up here, we have Scindapsus Pectus Argerius, aka what you will most often see on the label at Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, etc. is silver satin Pothos. But it is part of the Syndaps family. Excuse me, not family. I say that colloquially, but family is actually a scientific word, so I need to be clear in what I'm saying. It's part of the Syndaps genus. I do have another specimen of this, but I'm just showing you this one because I tend to show the other one a lot, because it's a little lighter and it's right over here, so it's a little easier to get to while filming. This I keep in my bedroom, but I thought it'd be fun to show you the other specimen that I don't usually pull out. So, if you did watch my Synthapsis collection video, well, you wouldn't remember this. It's funny to me that people always think that people will remember stuff from their videos, and I'm like, trust me, they have a lot more going on in their life than remembering some minute detail from one of your videos. So I feel sure that 0% of you remember, but I had 3 silver satin Pothos, and I decided I was going to combine 2 of them. And here is that combined pot of the 2 of them. It's grown in pretty well. It has been propagated a couple times, so it's a little short, but very healthy, growing a lot of new leaves. Probably can't show you all that well because this pot is pretty heavy and I don't want to drop it, but I hope that you can see in there. And anyway, really love this plant. It's pretty thirsty, but I'm okay with that because I like to water as many plants as possible once a week. I'm a routine kind of person. So if you're cool with that, I'm struggling to sit it over there because it's so heavy. Hold on. If you're cool with that, it'll be fine. Bright light, lots of water. So yeah, lots of light, lots of water. You have a happy silver satin Pothos. So very similar to silver satin Pothos, this is called Scindapsus silvery, and that is the scientific name as well, I guess. Scindapsus Pectus silvery, and the only difference between this and the Argerius is that the silver on the Argerius is exactly the same on every leaf. It kind of looks like freckles. And on the silvery Ann, it's a bit different on every leaf. It's randomized. So mine is pretty small, but as it gets bigger and bigger and grows a lot more leaves, some leaves might turn out to be almost all silver, some leaves will be all green, and the ones that are some silver, some green will all look a little bit different. As you can see, there's a growth point on every vine. Well, I don't know if you can see. There's a growth point on here. There's a growth point at the end of this one. And there's a growth point coming around on here. So happy, healthy girl. Again, I water once a week. I give it a lot of light. So lots of water, lots of light. Happy plant. Let's grab some more Scindapsus from my shelf back here. And by the way, if you notice back there, I usually have a big Hindu rope that I call Cousin It. It's in the shower soaking right now, so that's what he's up to. So the scientific name of this one is Scindapsus trubii moonlight. I believe I have seen it labeled at Lowe's as Syndaps sterling silver. So same thing with basically these all silvery leaves and that dark green vein down the middle. It's a very beautiful plant. I'm just a little bit over it because for me, I'm not sure if this plant is a slow grower. I feel like I've heard people say that. But for me, in my experience, it is definitely a slow grower. I don't think it's gotten any new leaves since I bought it 6 months or a year ago. So, I guess if you're the kind of person who's wanting a plant that's not gonna get huge fast, then this would be a good one for you. I kind of don't want to give any care tips for this one because I don't do that well with it. I mean, it's alive, so I guess I do as well as needed, but it's not growing, so I don't know. I give it not as much water as the others because it's in this plastic pot. Doesn't dry out as fast as clay. I kind of wish I could go back and put it in a clay pot because maybe if I watered it more and it was in that kind of pot, maybe it would grow. I don't know. I give it medium to bright light and water it like every other week or so. And this is what we got. So this is Syndaps Silver Splash. And you will see the name is very apropos because the, the patterning on the leaves is very splashy. Like a painting. It looks really cool in my opinion. And it's got a growth point going on back here. Right there. So, and maybe something is gonna come from here too. This girl is pretty thirsty. The leaves are already starting to curl a little bit, but watering day isn't for another day or two. So, definitely, as with the Silvery and the Pectus Argerius, this girl likes a lot of water, a lot of light. That's what I've been giving her and she's been doing pretty well. So, big fan of this one. So one thing I didn't say about the Silver Splash is that it's a little more rare. I mean, not really rare, but rare as in a little harder to find and most likely overpriced. But what I'm about to pick up here, this is the Syndaps Pectus Exotica. This one is a little bit easier to find. Well, not a little bit. It's easier to find for sure than the Silver Splash. And it's cheaper too. And it's pretty similar. The leaves might actually be a little bit bigger, which is kind of fun. And you see there's a new leaf that's gonna unfurl. And here's another one. And this girl doesn't grow prolifically, but she's growing. We have propagated off of her several times for my pop-up shop. And the patterning is not the same as the Splash. It doesn't have as much of that painterly feel. But it's similar enough, and it's still a really, really beautiful foliage plant. As with a lot of my Syndapsis, it's in terracotta. I try to water it once a week. I'm not gonna lie, I get a little bit lazy with my bigger plants. So sometimes it's more like every 10 days, every 2 weeks. But yeah, I try to give all of my Scindapsus that are in clay a pretty frequent amount of water and a pretty high amount of light. Water and light, it seems to be the key for Scindapsus, at least for me. So last Synthapsis I'm going to show you in this video. This is a combination of a Synthapsis Silver Hero, the all silver, and then this other one is a no ID, meaning it's not a described species, or if it is, they don't know what species it is. It kind of looks like a combination of Splash and Exotica. To me, the biggest difference between this one and Exotica that I just showed you, that you can see in the frame right there, is that the veining down the middle is super dark green versus just a medium green. So who knows? And actually I have 2 specimens of this that I bought from Peace, Love, Happiness Club, but I only have 1 specimen of the silver one. And you see, this is the newest leaf that Silver Hero just put out, and it's pretty cool. It's got some green. Hopefully that'll go away and it'll be all silver, but I think it's cool looking regardless. And it seems like it's got maybe another leaf that's gonna unfurl there. And then, hopefully this is gonna be another growth point. And this has a growth point around here on the back. So exciting stuff. I absolutely love this no ID. To me, it might be the most beautiful Synthapsis I have, just because I really can't get over that dark green vein down the middle. That just, chef's kiss. That really does it for me. I didn't do that very well, but you get the point. Once again, clay pot, lot of light, lot of sun, boom. That is how I take care of most of my Synthapsis. I love them and they seem to love me. So, take it or leave it. Go figure. So yay, we are done with the Synthapsis genus, and now we're going to be talking about other random plants I have that are silver. So we're going to start with the little baby boy here. It's my watermelon peperomia that surprisingly I've had in my care for like a year. That's surprising because if you don't know, peperomia are tough, but he's a trooper. And you see the leaves have a sort of pinwheel pattern of green and silver striping. So love this. Very easy to find, very cheap. It's not going to be an easy plant for you. I'll just go ahead and let you know that basically no peperomia are easy. But if you fail, just go to Lowe's and buy you another cheap one. It'll probably be cheaper than like going out to eat. So super fun plant. I love how this guy moves. I've got him in a clay pot for breathability. I keep most of my peperomia in clay pots because they die so easily from root rot that you're probably gonna do better if it's in a material that can breathe. But at the same time, I do have one that's in a nursery pot, so I don't know. I feel like when I give plant care advice, it's like talking about the English language, and you're like, well, I before E, except after C, or when it sounds like an A. It's like there's more exceptions to the rules than the rules. But anyway, medium to bright light. Pretty frequent watering, clay pot, boom. So back here, bam, in the face pot, we have my oh so lovely Serrapegia Woody Eyes Silver Glory String of Hearts. And absolutely love that one. Prolific grower if you give it pretty frequent watering and light. If you haven't noticed, My care tips for most things is a lot of water and a lot of light. Wanted to show you this baby specimen as well. This is a Frankenstein pot with normal string of hearts on this side, variegated in the middle, and then silver over here. And I was looking a minute ago, and it looks to me that the silver kind of spontaneously put off a new, hold on, let me rearrange a little bit here. It was just this one strand, and then it like spontaneously put off a new strand, so that's cool. I did propagate off the end, and when you propagate, that tends to encourage a plant to put more off at the base, so that's fun that that's happening. And I really like this little guy. I love Silver Glory string of hearts in general. I love how the hearts are like chubby hearts. I don't know, it's really cute to me. My friend said they look more like kidney beans than hearts, and I can totally vibe with that. My silver kidney bean plant. This is scientific name Epipremnum pinnatum Cebu blue. Common name Cebu blue Pothos. I do have a specimen that is trailing, just hanging out of the pot. And then this one I have climbing on a moss pole. And are the leaves getting bigger? I don't know. I kind of like to think so. But then again, it might be a placebo effect sort of thing. Where like, I think they're getting bigger, so therefore they look bigger to me. And are they getting fenestrations? Absolutely not. But hey, maybe someday. Anyway, this is a beautiful plant, whether it fenestrates, whatever. I really love this plant, and it's also one of the easiest plants in my collection. Just as with a lot of my plants, a lot of water, a lot of light. That's my secret. I love how at first glance, this would sort of blend in to other green plants, not look like anything special, but then on a second glance, you see that hue, and that gives it a sort of uniqueness. To keep the moss pole wet, well, let me just say, I'm not good at keeping the moss pole wet. I saw in a wild fern video that she has those bottles with the little straw thing, I don't know what the word for it is, that you could use to keep it wet throughout the week, like, you know, coming up and spraying it. So that would be good. I need to get one of those. For now, I stick the entire thing in the shower once a week and just soak everything, and that keeps the moss pole wet at least for the day or two after the shower. I'm not sure how fast it dries out. You know, we gotta get a philodendron in the mix here, because philodendron is one of, if not my favorite genus, I think I would just say it's my favorite genus. This is a philodendron. What is the scientific name? I think it's Histatum. Wow, the tag says philodendron gray. That is not right. Philodendron Histatum, aka silver sword philodendron. The leaves, actually it reminds me of Syndaps' Trubii Moonlight. The growth pattern is of course very different, and it grows a lot faster than Trubii Moonlight, so I do appreciate that. It's putting off this new leaf right here, and it just tends to be a good grower, and kind of want to get this on a pole to see what will happen, and then it and the Cebu blue on the pole can be like cousins that are similar but different. With it being in a nursery pot rather than terracotta and clay, sometimes I don't water it every single week. I tend to pick it up on watering day and see, does it feel light? Does it feel heavy? If it feels heavy, I'll often just leave it alone until the next watering day, and it usually is fine. And I give her a medium to bright light. The last one I'm going to be showing you today is my silver peace lily. Absolutely love this plant. A very different look and growth pattern and vibe from a lot of my other silver plants. And of course, you know, since we share a name, there is a special place in my heart for this kind of plant. Scientific name, Spathiphyllum, Podophyllum silver, I think, and then just the common name is silver peace lily in a beautiful pot, which only complements and makes it look even better than it did already. Pretty good grower. You see a new leaf is coming out right here, and it's just grown a lot since I was gifted this plant by Joey. This one I do tend to water once a week, but fortunately with peace lilies, they will droop their leaves and let you know when they're thirsty. So if you're not like me and you don't like having that routine of watering a lot of stuff once a week, then that would be very helpful. I don't give this guy bright light, I give it medium light. So it's a bit different from many that I've talked about today. Medium light, but still frequent watering, and you will probably do well with this plant. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. As I said, please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more planting content. If you enjoyed seeing all the silver plants, and let me know in the comments what silver plants do you have, or which ones did I have that you want, or you know, whatever you want to say. One more thing, wherever you are and whatever your circumstances, bloom where you were planted, honey. See you in the next one. Bye.